I wanted to talk a little bit about flipping currencies and flipping with Faustus. There is a couple of things that I find a little troubling, um, and I'll explain why. So, for instance, if we go here to buy a breach scarab, which is normally 1 to 2C, as you'll see right now, there is basically people can corner a market and raise the prices, and then in that term basically make a bunch of divines. So I did this to basically test it out and see how well it worked. And I'll show you real quick where I did it at. We did it right here. So I bought a bunch of breach scarabs of the old trading site here, because here they're only going, as you can see, they're like 1 to 2 chaos a piece. This guy has 3,600 for sale right now. So that's what I did. I bought like an absolute crazy amount. Then I went to the store, to Faustus, and I sold them overnight, just one big bulk, and I made 100 divine basically off of that one transaction. Because what happened was somebody cornered the market on the scarabs. They put the price up to 20. So, and there was like thousands for sale at 20, but there was nothing else for sale other than the 21s. So what I'm thinking is he bought up all the fucking scarabs that was cheaper, and then basically he went to, like, let's say he went to buy them at the most expensive, maybe 10 chaos, but he bought up everything, so that way there was only a little bit amount in each pile. As you're seeing right here, there's like actually not a lot. There's 92, there's 70, 13, 82, 10 and 20, right? And the prices go up rapidly. So if you basically buy, let's say I went to the page here and I bought like 500, and then I went in 500 for one, then I'm 5xing my money basically, right? If I were to sell it for 5. And it would be pretty instant too. So that's insane to me that you can do that, because then once someone creates enough wealth, then you can basically buy up whole sections of the market. This is why I don't agree with the stock market and stuff. I don't find this a particularly pleasing way to make currency. I don't find it as a... I haven't grinded for it, if that makes sense. So I got 100 divine while sleeping and not playing the game. And it took me 20 seconds to create the scenario that allowed me to do that. Now, there's no other space in the game where I can guarantee 100 divine profit from something that are something like this, right? Like, there's not really a lot of other things that allows for this much profit, because I only made 100 divine because I only invested a certain amount. So I invested like, what was it, like, I think it was like 7 or 8 divines or something like that. Maybe a little more, maybe 10. And then made 100 off of that. And you could say, yeah, I'm running a risk, but if I'm buying them at 1 and they're selling for 20, the risk is minuscule, because I have to literally... the cheapest I've seen them go at Faustus was for 2 chaos. So there's no way I can lose my money. I can only win, right? And that's how you do the pump and dump schemes, basically, as they do on the stock market. And I don't feel like how do I explain it? I don't feel like I provided any items or anything to the market. I just basically transferred scarabs from one spot to another spot without really being the one finding them. I haven't done any, like, I haven't worked for that the profits, right? I haven't worked for the profits at all. So for that reason, I'm like, maybe this is a good solution to gain certain currencies, but maybe, just maybe, there should be some kind of price, like maximum minimum type deal. So you can't do this number. So let's say if the price for one breach scarab, the maximum you could ask was, let's say it was 8 chaos, then you wouldn't have somebody buying up the whole market and then selling them for 20, because it wouldn't be possible. It would still allow you to make some kind of extra currency, but I feel like it's too much when you can do it like this. It's too aggressive, and it allows for too many people to just sit there and milk the market for divines, which I don't think it's a positive spin per se. I do like to have a currency tab where I can trade currency quick. That part is not super bad, I don't think. I just think there should be some kind of limitations on how much profit you can have on certain items. I understand that like certain items, like a mirror for instance, the profit should be a lot, like the profit margins should be a lot bigger, and or like the numbers should be a lot bigger, because they do go for like 900 divines or some shit like that, right? So of course you can't have like a limit that says you can only sell them for like 100, right? Because that would be idiotic. But on certain items, I feel like there should be some kind of like, I don't know if I want to call it a limit, but I just feel like there should be some kind of regulation with which I don't feel like there are. But besides that, I do like the method. I just don't agree 100% with the way you can profit from it. This is probably not a new thing, and I'm new to the game, so I just haven't experienced it all the way. But if this is a completely fucked up take, I get it. We might not agree. Please do let me know why you see it as a good thing. If you can like make, let's say, thousands and thousands and thousands of divine a day without ever actually doing anything. All you're doing is standing right here where I'm standing now and just waiting, and that's it. And you can be watching a movie and just wait for the sound in the background to pling that your sales has been done. And yeah, as I said, there's positive things to it, but there's also the possibility of some really scammy, bad like deals, right? And for newer players that might not understand the full spectrum of how to trade and stuff, that can be a problem. I see that as a very big problem. But besides that, yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on this video. I just wanted to kind of talk about the flipping part, right? Because I don't know how I should feel about it quite. Like I have like both sides of the coin basically, right? But I really want to hear what the community thinks about these tactics, right? Because I personally prefer to do stuff like grinding a map and actually playing the game instead of just standing in my hideout waiting for another trade to go through, right? Like, or like crafting. That's the reason I would stay in my hideout, is for crafting, right? It is because that's interesting and I'm actually producing something. But yeah, as I said, I really want to hear from you guys what you think and what could be a solution to this. I know my take is probably not the best take, and I don't have the experience to really come up with a better idea right now, since I haven't played the game long enough. But I think that's fair if they figure out a way to do something about that. But yeah, that's it. Have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one.